shadow. I have no fear, you are with me. Your presence will go before me. Through all my mistakes, your love stays the same. Yeah, yeah. I will run to you. You're my direction. And I will trust in you. 'Cause you're my refuge. And I will run to you. You're my direction. And I will trust in you. 'Cause you're my refuge. You're my refuge. You're my refuge, God. You're my refuge. I will not fear the night or day. You made a way where there was no way. And I decided to follow you. And you decided to honor me. Through all my mistakes, your love stays the same. Yeah, yeah. I will run to you. You're my direction. And I will trust in you. 'Cause you're my refuge. And I will run to you. You're my direction. And I will trust in you. 'Cause you're my refuge. You're my refuge. 'Cause you're my refuge, God. You're my refuge. Yo, what's up, Dream Studio? Welcome to the channel. I'm grabbing myself some water. I'll be right back. Thank you for stopping in. BRB.
Say it's holy, can't get this off my lips. You love me with devotion, you don't kick me when I trip. Yeah, I need a sip from the river. Just wanna get what you giving. Give me unlimited vision and see through the counterfeit. I want the realest. Where he come from, you can't get that with a PJ. It's so full inside this house, I feel like DJ. I can't fight it, let your light come shine on me. Yeah, ain't no hiding, I'm confiding in your peace. Yeah. Carrying buckets of shame. Father, I'm saying your name, but so far from it. Come see the blood in my veins. For me, he bleeding the same. Take this covenant, this is the greatest exchange. At his altar, there's a flame that burns your rubbish. Gave me a cup full of rain. He poured it over every stain until he coming. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Glory to the Father.
All right, guys. Hope you're all having a great day. Sorry for the late start. Sorry for the late start. I had to do a mentor meeting and learn about the Bible. And honestly, I think, sorry, let me turn my camera on here. That's a pretty good reason why I'm not here. Anyways, how's everyone doing? Turning on my camera at the moment, so I apologize. Let's see if it's on. Oh, no memory card. Boom. Yeah, I look a little ruddy today. I'm still sick. Yo, Dream Studio, what's up, my friend? How are you doing today, bro? How are you doing? Are you having a chillax day? So I'll show you guys where I got with the thing. So yesterday, if you weren't in here, my hair's all messed up and it's freaking me out. If you weren't here yesterday, we were working on resource gathering, and at the moment you just walk into these things and they break and they drop resources. But later it will need some type of attacking animation. So with that being said, let's go over here to test the resources. Let's click play. So yeah, this is what I got working. We now have resources splitting off, and the code is relatively simple. We're just getting the angles and we're adding the player forward direction to the last bit in order to give it that, direction when we're breaking it down. So if we hit it from here, it'll spread out like such, so on and so forth. I think we're going to have to make something a little bit more dynamic for cases like a tree, maybe. We had a tree here and we broke it, which we could try. We could try doing that. Sorry, sometimes I feel like maybe I talk a little too much and it's hard for people to interact. But let's set this up to start breaking down wood. Let's just to see if things are working as intended. So let's go ahead and create a blueprint. We're going to call this resource vendor, or a resource pickup. So we do have a resource. Let's do this. Select, pick up resource, and we're gonna go wood. That's great. Yeah, it is great, isn't it? Still a lot to do, like adding it into an inventory and stuff like that, but for the time being I think it's all right. We also added some shaders, Dream Studio, if you haven't noticed. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The tree is just all right. For simplicity's sake, what's going on? What's going on? The tree is just destroying. Maybe, oh yeah, you know what? We'll just have to make a vendor actor. I think it's because the collision's messing with the camera. But let's set this up for the time being. So one. What are those? Fishes in land? Yeah, they're just tests right now. Eventually, these are skeletal meshes. So eventually I want to add some animations so they're like flopping on the ground and like jumping up, obviously they'll be from containers or maybe stuff that you break down and they'll flop out, or they'll be by rivers if we find a way to spawn them in to a world like this, right? But they are fishies because Judah likes fish, kind of like Judah eats fish, kind of like Mario eats mushrooms and Sonic likes chili dogs, right? Let's see how big these are on screen. These are huge on screen. We don't want them that big. So how's everyone else's game development adventures going, huh? I feel like these are a little too small. Maybe we make them like 0.30? Just a tad bit larger. the main important thing is that we know they are, that we know their resources. There's some other things that I'm gonna do, like add maybe a glowing particle effect and have them rotate. Let's see, static mesh. We want these to rotate. Sorry, general or all. Probably because I'm not selected. Rotate object. Rotate. We're gonna do what? 90, and then on the y-axis we'll rotate these bad boys. And honestly, I should probably do it in here so they all do it. I can't even spell rotate right, apparently. Please don't make fun of me, chat. Dream Studio, bro, can you play one song? It is in Hindi, but calming. Hindi, but calming. I don't know. I don't want to get a copyright strike, or else I'd be totally down. Most of the stuff that I play is mostly not copyright. It doesn't have a copyright on it, so it's all right for me to play without getting a copyright strike. But that's primarily what it is. Let's do 1 and then rotation rate. Let's do what? Did I do 90? Oh, okay. Yeah, understand. That's no problem. But what you can do, Dream Studio, if you want to share it, you can go to the Discord and join the Discord if you haven't already, and you can share it there. And I can check it out and let you know how I feel. That way, if you want to hang out, talk after stream, we can do that as well. I'm thinking of maybe having a game night where everyone plays games, or we play a game with each other, or something of that nature. So if you're interested, you know, the link is in the description of this video, or live stream, I should say. The Discord. I don't think I'm gonna have any movement on these. Let's see. Yes, sir. So how's your day going, Dream Studio? What are you up to, my friend? Do these all rotate now? No, they don't. I got to go into collision and set them. Honestly, I should probably set these a little bit better. But for the box component, let's put this on. Yes. Actually, no. We're going to do overlap all dynamic. We'll go custom. This is a resource material. We want this to actually block all dynamic. So we want to block all dynamic. Custom. We want it to ignore other resources, and we want it to overlap the player. And I don't think we want to collide with the camera. And now we just have to go through everything else and set that. No collision. Cool. Ria! Hey Ria, how you doing today? How is your morning going? How is the fam bam? I'm a little annoyed that these aren't perfectly in the center of the object. It makes the collisions a little off. I'll have to figure out how to fix that. It's probably something really simple, but due to the fact that the box component is essentially the root component, it has to be, or else there's no collision. We kind of have to live like this. And it's probably primarily due to the fact that our origin looks like it's not in the center. Me blender money happy. Yum yum. You got any of that blender money to send me, my friend? Let's go to the resource, leaf and wood. Yeah, I have this set up. But you know what it is? It's probably like, you're not in the center of your world. By the way, guys, I am still a little bit sick, so we'll see how long I can be on today. Hopefully tomorrow I'm not sick at all. But as you can tell, it's a little hard for me to talk at the moment. So Hopefully that isn't a buzzkill. Save, export, FBX. Let's go to the resources, resource wood, selected objects. Export that. No, I'm broke. Same here, brother. We're two peas in a pod, you and I. We're both broke, and we have a great sense of humor, right? Am I right? Ria says, it's been a good day so far. That's good to hear. Not a lot of cleaning. Just been chilling, nice vibes this morning. Yeah, bro, you are sick. I am sick a little bit. I feel like it's like yesterday, I feel like I broke the sickness, and today I'm kind of left with the remnants, and I feel like if I talk too much, I'll get sick again because my throat will be super sore. So we'll see how long I can last until I get tired and famished and need to retire to my room. Well, I might just walk outside of the closet. But that's no point saying that. Let's go into the interactables. Let's go to the resources. I'm going to have to change everything's laid out. And this better update the origin. Okay, sweet. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the center of play. Oh boy. Do they bounce like they should? They do. But they don't bounce. So we got to add the bounce onto them. Let's go ahead and do that. Projectile or bounce. Taking a break at the moment, mostly just catching up with laundry today. Okay. Yeah, laundry is hard. I tried doing that once and my fiance got really mad at me. So I haven't done it since. Which is weird. It's like I can program all this stuff, but laundry, it's beyond me. Apparently I washed the things in the wrong way. Must make his tail do something special, like slap the ground and crack the world in half and everything just vanishes. And he's there left floating. And then he uses his tail to whip up a new world. Sorry, I got a little too intense there. I was just thinking about how cool Jesus is. It's funny because it's true. Okay, let's think. How do I get the bouncies in here? What's going on? Oh, it's because I'm in the wrong thing. Bounce. Bounce. Should bounce, yep. There should be some bounces. Bounce additional iterations. I feel like these should probably be a little bit higher. But I think that's good. All right? I'm not grabbing them like I should. And I'm walking right in them. So what's going on, huh? Like if I break these, look. Blow, blow, blow. Feels nice too. Yeah, I have them breaking at random angles. But these, they just don't want to pick up. These pick up. And eventually I'm going to have these kind of draw into you. So you don't have to sit here and like run around and grab them. They'll just float into you and you'll pick them up as they gradually come near you. I think it has to do something with maybe the box. Maybe I set this up improperly. I don't know. I should be overlapping with the player, and it's not happening. Player cannot step on. That's right. It's a world dynamic. It's a resource. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Let's try it. Boom, boom. Let me pick you up. Let me pick you up. Why aren't you picking up? Ines Yildirim. Yildirim. I'm sorry if I butchered that, but I feel like trying to pronunciate it is very fun. There's something very fun about your name. Anyways, nothing much, man. I'm just hanging out, trying to get the resources working. Because I got bored of doing environment stuff. So now I'm back to programming and just trying to get some other mechanics out of the way. Obviously, later on, you'll have to knock these with your hands to break them. But as you can see, we break stuff, we can pick it up. Dream Studio says, okay, bye, good night. You can't just leave abruptly, Dream Studio. You have to stay here for, I'm sorry to break it to you. You got to be here for the entire stream, man. Come on. You can't just come in, bless me with your presence, and then leave me like a peasant. It's just not pleasant, okay? So do yourself a favor. Get yourself a hot cup of coffee, or a cup of joe, some say. Sit back, relax, dim the lights a little bit and just sip and watch, and click the like button too. That's nice. Ines Yildirim. E is pronounced like an A. Ines or Anas Yildirim. Do I say the last part right? I kind of like the roll of the R. Yildirim. Dirium. Sounds like I don't know, there's something like fantasy about it. I don't want to sound rude, but it sounds like something I'd hear in like Lord of the Rings, and I enjoy it. Bro, it's late here. My back is hurting. Dude, you need to get one of those like deep massagers, bro. I got a deep massager, guys, and I love this thing. I just take it to my back, and then I get those hot and cold pouches, and I put it on there. I'm good for a week. Ines says, right. Okay, cool. Is it right about the Lord of the Rings? It's a pretty cool movie. I'm rewatching them, by the way. I'm on the third one. Yildirim means thunder. Thunder is cool. But thunder is just the sound of lightning. So are you the sound or are you the lightning? Yeah, I'm going to have a... I don't want to sound mean or anyone who does like lightning, but there's going to be a villain in this game who uses lightning. No, it's not Thor. But that would be kind of cool. Have Judah beat up Thor. Kind of like God of War. Anyways, why are these not working the way they should be? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Let's see. If I place this resource leaf, I'm just trying to see if I have to. And why is he so... What the heck? Why is that so big in comparison to these? What's going on? I break these, they're fine. And apparently there's some shadow stuff. So that's good to know. I'm getting a lot of likes right now. Ah, man. But yeah, these work fine. They're also a lot smaller in comparison. Resource leaf. I think it's because I made it a pickup. That's interesting. What did I do? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sick. About to forgive me for my incompetence. That's why these are resources. These are static meshes. What am I doing? I should be here. Duh. Duh, duh, duh. All right. So what do you have on you that makes you so very special? And let's compare and contrast the two. Because apparently there's something I'm doing wrong. Because this should theoretically work. They're the same thing. So they should both work. This is kind of giving me a headache, low-key. Getting a headache from this thing. So, we got collisions enabled. We have, what was that? Curie and physics. Query and physics. I said Curie. Sheesh, Louise. No wonder why you guys get mad at me. We're going to ignore, I guess, the camera. Oh, overlap. We overlap the camera? It could be the one thing, guys. I'm not going to lie. It could be the one thing that is bringing us down. We do have generate overlap events, which is why I'm so confused. So we have nothing on the skeletal, no static mesh collisions occurring at the moment. And the same is going on here. Static mesh, we're set to no collisions. Maybe I just go to no collisions. King character walk on, no. Compile, save. I don't know what it is. But yeah, we get to play this for a while. Let's drag one of these bad boys in. It could be because no, we're right on it. Should be no reason. There should be no reason at all. There should be a second for it to get picked up, and then yeah, so that gets picked up instantaneously. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I'm putting the freaking static mesh in here. I think. I could be wrong. It was bouncing, so maybe I'm just that dumb today. This is why you don't stream when you're sick, guys. Or you're gonna be running around doing stuff that I mean, we're getting work done, but it's definitely, I mean, look at this. It's not working. So with that being said, let's take a peep. My resource pickup. My resource pickup. Is it something with the collision? Oh. No, that's not it. On overlap, let's go to overlap. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I need to turn this music down a bit. Yeah, I don't know how long we'll be on today, guys. Let's see here. It's got to be something really. Hey, Diggs, by the way. I dig the name, by the way. Welcome to the channel, my friend. How you doing? What are you up to? Why isn't this working? Tell me the secrets. If it's something as small as that, I'm going to lose my mind. These are both movable. We don't have a skeletal mesh, so we don't have to worry. Is that C++? Yes, it is, Anas. It is indeed. Not a homing projectile. I'm wondering if it has to do with any of these like physics-based stuff. Maybe I need to click on simulate physics. I don't know. Let's run into this 1,000 more times. Not working. That's ridiculous. Yeah, see, we have generate overlaps. We don't want anything for that. Maybe that's why it's confused. It was like, there's too many. We can't handle these many things on a thing with things. Honestly, that could probably be it. I mean, we're definitely getting an overlap event with it, if you see that little green line. But for some strange reason, it's not picking up. For some weird reason. So let's go ahead and diagnose this issue. Yeah, I mean, it's hitting this, right? It's definitely hitting this. And I guess it could be something to do with this not being set to used somewhere. I guess is able to use. Oh, I'm dumb. That's what it is. Okay, guys. We figured it out. We figured it out. Figured it out. Okay. How do I just get out of this? It's because my character's right there. It's going to keep doing it. Why do I do this to myself? I'm a fraud. There. So, I have a delay on here for the collision, right? So essentially, I think it's a 2-second delay. I don't know. Let me go ahead and grab this one to really check that out. What's the delay? What do I have the delay on? 2 seconds. Yep. So because we don't have a delay, it's constantly setting a timer to not accept the collision. So yeah, see, now it works. Awesome. But with that being said, we can now go into this data resource thing that I have here. I've created my own nifty little data structure that I am allowed. When you do C++, it feels like you have to use C++ to make the struct. Can I code C++ from CLion? CLion is that an API? Or sorry. CLion. IDE. I mean, I use JetBrains. I know that they have specifically writer for it, but most likely, yeah. Can't believe I said API. That's how you know I just shouldn't be on here today. An IDE. Oh, man. I am a fraud. I am a fraud! Anyways, let's create another one. A new row in this new row that we've added. And I don't know why it does this, but it gets rid of the data table. But no, I don't think you would be able to use CLion. I mean, Google will probably answer that better. Can I use CLion with Unreal? Yeah, I mean, it says easily develop games based on custom C++ engines on all 3 major platforms. Yeah. So if you look at here, they have writer for Unreal Engine already, but they have these as well for IDEs for this. So I would imagine that you'd be able to use CLion with it. But the interesting about writer is that they have the writer link, and that's what allows you to do all the above. And they have a Unity or Unreal plugin, Unity. Jesus. Let's go ahead and name this our wood. Name wood, resource category, wood. Resource, wood. Save that. Then we can make ourselves a, let's rename this to, I don't know, RV for resource vendor. Leaf dispenser. Oh man. I'm suffering. Resource. Resource actor. Free. For the box component, obviously we're going to need Whoa, this shouldn't be spawning a root component, like, at all. Go into the resource actor CPP. It's going to here. Yeah, we shouldn't have that at all. But what we could do, actually, let me go ahead and let's test some things out, because yesterday I learned that you could essentially create a root component just by saying root component equals, the root component. It's a useen component. It's just empty. And from there we could set these to that, and then the box component to not have one at all. Or I guess we would have to set up, no, we just leave it alone. Let's see what that does. Water. I caught the screen, ready to learn. Today I'm teaching you about lambda expressions. No, I'm joking. I don't even know much about lambda. Lambda. So the only issue, I guess I could just change the box extent to be higher and thicker and taller. But then look what we get. There should be something to let me change where the box sits at on this. But if the box is not the root component, then everything else will follow in line. So it looks like very interesting. There. Now the box component, because that's simple. I finally caught the stream. Well, the stream is on the screen, so if you caught the stream, in turn, you've most likely caught the screen. Thank you for joining, by the way, Fabula. How are you doing this wonderful morning or evening or day or night? I don't know what time it is where you are. How you doing? No. We are strictly testing for... See if this works automatically with like anything. I want to test like what I can... If I can just set this to anything randomly. So in here... Resource... should come up. And yeah, we do have a health component with total health, because at some point we're going to have health on these things so that we can break them. But we're going to base it off of like a hit. So like 3 hits or 2 hits, 1 hit, whatever. Resource data table, we want the resource loot, and then the row name that we're going to look for is wood, R wood. And just to double check that, it's with a capital W, so R W wood. And now we should pull from that directly. In the future, though, evening, and I'm good. I'm trying to set up Perforce Helix cores so multiple people can work on one project. Yeah, I just use GitHub repositories for that. I like it more than Perforce. Perforce is a little out of my comfort zone, even though I did have some experience with it. And I really liked... I believe they're the ones that give you like the visual look on your branches as well. I know it's a very powerful tool, but I don't know how to set it up. And from what I know, it isn't free. For small studios. Yeah, how do you even get access to that, Fabula? Do you have to purchase it? Did you have to purchase it? But yeah. So now these just spawn, but the issue is they're not spawning like these are. Like when I hit these, they shoot boop boop. It's probably because I don't have on the resource class probably something indicating where they would how they would fling. I don't know if I put this in here or if I placed it in here. So let's look really quick. The tree looks gorgeous and everything there look like it fits together. Wow. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'll say that it's going to take a long time before they're fully flushed out. I should be talking to a comic book artist here soon on concept art. So, we'll see. We might get some more art in here, guys. But yeah, let's look at this really quick. And I believe I called this in here the resource actor. Drop resource, get player, It's in here. Launch adjustments. So launch preference. Yeah, resource variables. For small teams, it's free to my knowledge. I just downloaded the server and visual client, but failed to set up correctly, and now I'm trying again. Really? For small teams, it's up to 5 people and 20 workspaces. That's cool. I'm going to have to look that up then. I know GitHub, the reason why I use GitHub is because it's free and you can have as many people as you want on it. They can all download the repository. It's just not as visually appeasing as Perforce from what I know. But yeah, we can definitely look at that. Launch speed. What did I set this to? 600 or something? I think it was something crazy. Let me look. Let me look. Resource variables. 500. I think I should just change the name from resource variables. Like put everything under that. Too bad there's not subcategories. Don't get interrupted by me, by the way, or distracted. You're fine. If I didn't want to be distracted at all, I just wouldn't stream the entire process. The whole point is to chat and communicate and get to know people better and kind of show you guys what I'm working on, you know? So don't feel like you're impeding me by any means because you're doing the opposite. You're doing the opposite, my friend. Boom. Boom. And just like that, guys, we now have a working resource vending system. And later on, I can change this to shoot out more if I want more from something, or maybe I could set it up to just shoot a straight amount. We can handle that when the bridge crosses. But I think it's safe to say that this works semi-decent. I just have to set it up so when you walk near them, they start absorbing into your body, or they're magnetically drawn to you. So you're not sitting here doing this, you know, running around grabbing them. Boop 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 boo. But yeah. I'm sorry, I want to do this a little bit and marvel at my creation, even though it's pretty much simple. It's just instantiating some objects with a force. Nice. It's been really good progress. It has been. It always feels like but you see what I'm saying? Like, you need a balance, right? Like, it didn't feel like everyone was like, the game hasn't been progressing so much because I'm working on the art. And then when I work on the mechanics, and then everyone's like, oh, it's developing more. So there's got to be like somewhat of a balance, I guess. But yeah, let's go ahead and what did I do here? Are you kidding me? I deleted all those. Let's go ahead and create something that draws them in to the player. And one thing, we have the player forward direction. But I think I'm going to copy this, and we're going to essentially get a reference at the beginning to the player, so we don't have to do it every iteration. Right, it's just something that the game has. So let's go ahead and make a U property, or a constant F vector, or not a F vector. We want this to be a character. Don't worry, we're gonna get rid of all this. I'm just doing this. Player forward, or player ref. Honestly, I should put ref player. And we do. Oh no, not this song. Poetry in Pain. Pip. That's the name of my cap. My cat cap. My cat. Poetry in Pain. Pip. Pip! Please tell me you're not in pain. You don't look like you're in pain. He looks like he's sleeping. Poor cat. So at the beginning, let's go ahead and get a reference to this. I don't believe this is called on construction in the game, so we're just gonna say our player is equal to this. We get the player reference, and then in here we can just say our player, right? And now we have all that functionality there, because I think for the launch adjustments, it's done once, so it's fair enough to kind of do this here. It's not happening all the time. On another note, now that we have this, let me guess. It can be a constant. Everything's a constant. Oh, it's a typo. Never mind, I'm dumb. Don't listen to me, chat. Don't listen to me, chat. But listen to me, chat. Because I chat a lot. See what I did there? Super smooth, huh? Oh, man. I'm gonna go get myself some medicine really quick, guys. I'll be right back. I'll leave you to look at this this header, this HEHH. I'll be right back. I'm back. Hey, the music is louder than my voice. What's up, Al? Um, so do you often fight with? Yeah, I use Visual Studios. I used was it the Tomato software? I'm sorry, I forgot what it's called. Was it Visual? It's not Visual Studio. Um, Visual Assist. There we go. Sorry. I use Visual Assist, and I don't like it as much as Writer. Writer's quicker and more accessible, in my opinion, or makes the entire process a lot more pleasing, at least for me. Sorry, that's probably not the best advice, but yes, I am ill and not feeling too good right now. Ria, it might be helpful to have something warm to drink as well, so if you don't already. I just took some NyQuil and had some Alka-Seltzer. So hopefully that calms it down for a bit, but it's primarily my throat. Owl in the bush. Hey, the music is louder than your voice. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Is that better? I'm gonna have to mess with the shoot. Sorry. The audio ducking on this. Oh, are you a little bit ill? Hope you're going to feel better soon. I do too. It hasn't been so much of a hindrance, but after the streams, like I worked on this a little bit for probably like 2 or 3 hours. And then I laid down and I went to bed and I just feel like I'm getting nothing done. And it's like, anxiety. Uh Chase, hey dude, hey Chase, how's it going? I always feel like they're always, it's like, have you ever seen George Carlin where like people come in a party and he's like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? I need to find a way to switch it up. Like, hey dude, what's up, man? Welcome to the channel. While the music isn't playing anymore. Oh man, let's try to turn that up. That's interesting that it's not working though. Because on here it should be fine. Like even if I bump this, it should relatively be okay. Like even with that right there, like the audio ducking feels like it might even take away the audio. Let me know if it's still poor. I can even turn my mic up a little bit too. But I feel like this thing gets way too loud if it's, yeah, not done right. But anyways, okay guys, so you're all just stopping in. Yesterday I got the forces working correctly, so now whenever I walk into a direction, okay, so there's an issue right here. What is right here? What is going on right here? I'm getting like some weird, it's probably something that I have there that I don't know I have there. Anyways, we worked on the resources and the velocity for them, so they explode in the direction I'm looking. So it's not all like weird. And on top of that, well, that's pretty much it. I mean, it doesn't seem like much, and it isn't really, but that's what we got up to yesterday. Al says seems better now. Good to hear. Yeah, there's like a little wall here. I need to take a print screen of that. No thanks. Print screen. Let's grab this just so I can save that and use it later for debugging purposes, because that might be an issue that could happen at any time. But yeah, now the resources work. The only plan now is to make it so they will magnetically be attracted to you after their initial delay. So essentially, there is a delay from when they spawn. So when they break, you can't immediately pick them up. But Right, there's a delay. So after that delay, I want to make it so if you're nearby, they'll kind of draw into you and maybe even shrink as they do so. So, yeah. So, how's it going, Al in the Bush? I checked out your comic book. It looks pretty cool. What's it called? Vacant Light? I went and checked it out. And thought the art style was really cool. I don't want to sound like rude or anything, but it has like kind of an Archie vibe to it. Like this, the art styles or the faces. Uh, yeah, thanks so much. Wait, so it does? It has you is are you inspired by like Archie and what is it? I think it's Tom and the cat. Is that right? Tom and cat. I don't know. Not Tom and Jerry. What am I? There's a cat. Or like it's like a tiger stuffed animal. Well, comic. What is it called? Calvin and Hobbes. There we go. Oh no, haha. Where do you draw your inspiration from? If you don't mind me asking. And while I think of that about that, or wait for that response. So we need the player for this, and we're also going to run a tick here because this is going to have to be something that's done every frame until it's at the player, I believe. So we have the reference to the player. Let's go ahead and start writing out the function. I don't know. What's a good name for this one, chat? Yeah, now that I'm talking about Calvin and Hobbes, I don't think there is much of a one. No, I'm sorry. I don't know why I was thinking of Calvin and Hobbes when I saw it. I must have been thinking of another art piece. Huh. Now that I'm looking at Archie, I don't know either. Let me look at your stuff again. Because I thought it looked fascinating. I was like, this is a really good art style. It's like, it's comic booky, but it's different, and I like it. It's not something you see with comic books, at least for me. It's kind of like off the beaten path, and I think it's pleasant. Let me find you on here really quick. Owl in the bush. If I can find it, my head hurts crazy. Show member lists. There we are, out in the bush. Yeah, how did I even find this in the first place? I think you might have posted something. Regardless, I thought it looked cool. Sorry for the long. I'm trying for a manga type style, but my skill level limits what I can actually draw. But you're very talented. I don't know why. It's in my bio. I looked in your bio and it didn't say anything. Let me see. Bio, boom. Yeah. Yeah, let me show you so you know I'm not lying to you. By the way, guys, check out Owl in the Bushes thing. It's pretty cool. It's called Vacant Light, so I don't know if it's like Christian based or has like kind of like Lord of the Rings take on it, where it's like very inspired. It's on my bio in Discord. Yeah, didn't I just boop boopity boop user info? Oh, it's because I have freaking streamer mode enabled. Duh. There we are. Yeah, make sure to check out their stuff. I really like these pins, by the way. My skill level doesn't allow me to look at this. What do you mean your skill level? Although this stuff, you know me, I get all like, because I'm a Christian. But I think it's good art style. Forgot password. Oh my gosh. They always want, what's your Instagram? Oh, thanks. No, it's because of my streamer mode enabled. I apologize. I'm sick, so I'm gonna be more stupid than I typically am. Ow. Just remember that, guys. If you're in here, I'm gonna be a little dumb. A little bit more dumb than I already am. Okay? But yeah, let's see. But no, I wanted to know what like your inspiration for the series was and how many chapters or volumes you have out. Sorry, I've always like watched the animations, but I never got into reading comics. I read mangas and I know they have like chapters and volumes. So I don't know if it's the same, if it's a same around both things. I don't know, fly to player seems like not a good word for this. Like if someone else picked this up and they're trying to figure out how to do it, I don't think fly to player would come to mind. Or maybe it would. Maybe they're like, yeah, that's what it should do. I have 70 pages. After 70 more pages, I'll print the first book. Nice. Is it already readable online, or are you waiting for the to have 70 more pages? Because if so, I would love to if you'd share that on the Discord when you're finished with it, so we could check it out. Fly to player, I don't know. I'm calling it fly to player, okay, guys? I want to be smart here, but I just don't have the capability to do so. It's just not in my, it's not on my brain palette today to do very intellectual things. The rest is not drawn yet? Okay. Well, whenever it's finished, man, make sure to share it. Or, yeah, make sure to share it because I would love to see it. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of notifications and buzzes. And since I'm a dad, I don't ever know if it's something pertaining to my kid. So I'd like to check it out. You never know. And you gotta come pick up your kid. They're sick. And since I'm sick, I'm worried she'll get sick. So fly to player when player is at a certain distance. I don't know how a better way to describe that. So essentially, we're gonna have to get a. Well, we have the reference and we have this. So let's make a F. Was this a float? Distance between. Or we'll just do distance equals, what is this? F vector distance. And I believe this returns a float, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. A double. And then we put in this dot get actor location. And then for the other one, we're going to use the R player dot get location. I think that should work. We might have to read that out to see if it's working as intended. After that, if, you know, we're going to have to make a float, an exposed or public variable here that essentially is going to dictate how close I want it to be. Float distance or magnetic distance. Let's do the thing and in here say controls how close the player needs be to the pickup in order for the pickup to be drawn to it. Fly towards it. I don't know. Towards it. All right, let's go ahead and now come back into here and simply say if the distance is what? Less than the magnetic distance, then fly towards player. So in here, I'm just going to want to take this actor's location. Sorry, headache. Get actor location. No, we want to set actor location. Set actor location. And in here, we are going to new location. I mean, I could do a slurp, a linear interpretation, and then base it off the distance probably. After we take this. So the distance would essentially be the alpha, but we would have to minus the distance from the magnetic distance in order to get like a 0 from 100. Yeah, a 0 from 100 scale. And then that will, yeah, a vector drawn. Wait, actually in here we just have to put in, yeah, the new location. New location equals what? F vector slurp. No, or lerp. Slurp normals. We don't want to slurp normals. We want to linearly interpolate. I think it's F math, maybe? Lerp. Yeah. Is it lerp or lerp range? Or are they the same? What is the difference between the both of those? That's interesting. So in here, we would just say, you know, new location. Obviously, we have to put in, you know, this dot get actor location, and then we would get the our player get actor location. And then in here, we would put a float alpha, and we're going to set alpha to something. And that something is going to be, sorry, this is really simple math. So if I take let's say the distance from the player is 80, and it's less than this, how would we draw up a... I've done this 1,000 times, but every time I need to refigure out how to do it because I'm dumb. How do we turn this into a percentage? Why don't I just multiply this? Multiplied by... No, what I could do... Because this is going to change, distance is going to change constantly, right? This is going to change constantly, even after this. And if I were to plug that in, it would just keep changing regardless. So if we took this from this, right? And we convert that into a 0 to 100, distance minus, well, that doesn't even matter at that point. The magnetic distance would equal that 100% range. And it's a very simple math equation. Yeah. So we would just simply have to divide this by the magnetic distance. Sorry. And that should get us the alpha. Because this is how close, yeah, from that point. And then the closer you get to it, the more it'll be out of this. So it'll represent an alpha in between the player. Let's try it. Yeah, because just to make sure this is right, like if I had this by 80, yeah, or 50 out of 80, yeah. So it's simple. Like if let's say the distance is 80, and as the distance is growing smaller, right, between the player and the object, let's say it's 70. If I divide, 70 by 80, alpha is essentially a point between 0 and 1. So we definitely can use this as a way to create that, I think. But the only issue that we have is, I don't know if I've called this, if we're able to use in here, let's go ahead and say fly to player. And then that should be it. And let's go ahead and boom, 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 boom. Find the things, BP resources, magnetic distance. I don't know how close the player is going to be. Maybe I could set it up. We'll do 80 for now. Let's just see if it works. Did I even set the distance? It's not even flying towards me. Boom, 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 boom. Wow, so it's actually pretty far. Okay. Let's get rid of that. We need to make it longer, essentially. It needs to be longer than 80. 80 is like way too much. So let's do, I don't know, 500. Seems like a little much, but who knows. $500. And before we do that, let's go ahead and do that again. Okay. At least we're getting it now. So the new location, distance, variable is not blah, blah, blah. Don't lie to me. I know it's there. Let's see how far I have to be, though. They almost automatically come to you, though, so we got to find a way to slow that down. We'll just multiply the alpha by delta time, probably. Or a very small number. Or actually, maybe we multiply it by a small number. But that'll be an issue because once that small number, like I have to do it above 0, and 0 is when it's touching the character. So eventually at some point, essentially it would go back up because it would reach a point where it's at that location or at that percentage point. And then when it would multiply, like let's say it's 0.2, when the distance actually became 0.2, it would multiply 0.2 by 0.2, and then 4 be 0.4, right? So we don't want the alpha to be changed. Percentage between, and then let's make another float called alpha, which is equal to the percentage between, and then multiply this by it's probably something simple, but just to kind of prove my point, let's do that. We gotta compile. See? So it does indeed work. Gosh, dude, what is over there that's doing that? I could do delta time. I don't think it'll be too close. It'll already get captured by the player. So it's like, if I can do a small number, it's just not going to matter. As long as I can get this to be a little bit smoother. That's definitely not the one. Right. It would probably be better if I made this a actual float. Copy this, draw in speed. The smaller the number, the slower. I don't know how to set range now, so I'll just document something here. But yeah, as you can see, as it gets closer, it gets... Gosh, dude, what is this thing? Is it this? There's no way that it's that. And there's no way that it's this as well. Let's see the box component on here. Yes. No. No. I know this is a static mesh, and it has no collision. No collision. Why would it have... Okay. I don't think it's that, though. But no, that's starting to kind of annoy me. Make it smaller. Wow, did that thing really have... We need to have something better than this at the moment. Boom. Boom. And we also want this to change the scale of... Also, change the scale of the static mesh. The closer, the smaller. Oh. Add constant. Everything's a constant. Constant this, constant that. We're going to have to come up with something better than this, and I don't know of any way to do that. I know how lerp wants, but I want like an ease in. I need an ease in. Is there anything? That's interesting. Let's ask ChatGPT. This is gonna be a short stream today too, guys, because I'm already getting a pulsating headache. Let's see here. Okay, so it looks like if you just square it, they're saying that might do it. So if I just square the alpha instead of percentaging it, let's try it. Boo, boo. I don't do nothing, dude. Way too quick. It's like, I mean, I could. I could make sure that it's clamped. Looks like you're making good progress. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. Gotta go. I hope you get feeling better soon. I hope I get feeling better as well, because this isn't fun. I'm trying to find a way to have these magnetically pull into the player, and they just do it really quick. I did have something where I was just multiplying it by an extremely small number, and that seemed to work better than this. I'm using Cube, and I'm just asking ChatGPT, because I know that there's... Are you kidding me? They have a custom interp ease in out. This is awesome, and they didn't tell me? What is this? And then I can use, I don't even need to put this. I think it's the smaller the number, the slower. We'll get rid of that for now. Draw in speed. So in here we can use draw in speed. Apparently that's an issue. The transform A, transform B. But what I'm seeing is 2. Maybe I use that instead. What does it return? So essentially in here, I just do this. And then I would put in percentage between and then the draw in speed. Okay, Jesus, everything's a constant. It's constant, it's never changing, it's constant. I keep doing this to you guys, I'm sorry. Let's change the draw in speed on these. Change that to 2. I wish this would be more universal so I wouldn't have to go and change each individual one. So who knows? Once I find a good one, I might just keep it that way. That's still too fast. Let's try a higher number. Let's try 10. Why is it going? Oh, so the lower the number, the better. So let's try 0.5. That seems like the extreme. I mean, let's make it extremely low. It's like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, it's working better, but you have to make this thing extremely low. How much lower can it go? We'll find out. Let's add 2 more zeros to it, ladies and gentlemen. Holy moly, macaroni. That's as best as it's gonna get, isn't it? This one's on 2, so it looks like it gets faster each time. Like that time it doesn't even do it, right? So those times it's fine. But now they're just like vroom, vroom, vroom. The first time it's like pretty good. Boom, boom. It also is dependent on how far the item is from the player, it looks like. I mean, does it really matter though? I want it to be smooth, you know? I want it to be like, you know, I want it to feel good when you walk into them, you know? Like these will just absorb automatically into you. Maybe if I go extremely a lot more lower, it'll be fine. Man, how do you make it? It's not. Let's UE log. Maybe it's this interpolation. I don't know. I don't think it's the interpolation at all. Interpret to interp speed. Delta time 01 alpha. F oh. I could have sworn I saw an interp too. Oh, you're saying okay. Interpret to F math. Then in here for the alpha equals F math F interp to, and then you would put in the percentage point target, which is 0.f, the delta time, get world. I think to oh my gosh, to get the delta get world, get delta seconds, right? And then interp speed. And that's like the draw in speed, I'm assuming. Draw in speed. And then we could put the alpha in here. Would I still need the interp here? Or would I just have to have the interp. We'll just have something extravagant here, I guess. Alpha. It's alpha, dude. Alpha. Thank you, by the way, Steven. Let us, first of all, I don't know. Let's change this to 2. Because I don't know if this is stronger. It seems like it's stronger the higher the number. But that looks like it's working a little bit better too. But it seems to get stronger every time. So let's try 10 and see if it's stronger the higher it goes or lower. Looks like it. But it also looks a little bit cleaner. So let's do 10. Let's do 0.5. Is it me or is it faster the lower it is? Let's do 50. Let's see if we can get this thing creeping. Yeah, it's slower. It looks like the higher it is. Let's do 5 million. Why has it got to be so large? 100. Probably because of the... Yeah, that works a lot better too. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, that's a lot better. I just want it to feel good when it happens, you know? Kind of think we should go up just a little bit more. But yeah, that looks like it's working a lot better. Thank you. Let's make the draw in speed. It's 100. Let's do 150. Jesus. It always feels like over exaggerated or like it shouldn't work when it's that much, you know? It's like in Unity when you gotta play a sound effect on despawn for that feel good effect. Yeah. That ding, 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 ding. No, it's not even working. That's interesting. It's not working now. Maybe it's just so slow that it's like we can no longer interpret slowness. Let's do 110. That's weird that it stopped working at 100 or over 100. Let's see if that's truly the case. It's working. Yep. I just want it to be like, I like it, but I want to see what I can do with it. You know, like if I can make it. I did it at 150. It looks like it did it. Watch, if we stand right here. If the leaf's at 150, it's not even coming. Look. Because right now I have it set to 150. And look, it's not even coming. So it stops working at 150. And I don't know why. Level design, building brick tunnel at the waterfall that is as high as a double jump, so the player has to jump over it to climb up. Yeah. This isn't a waterfall. This is a climb. This is a climbing structure. But I do plan to have waterfalls. But the waterfalls are more likely to be like looking this way. No need to do now, though. No, there's definitely going to be waterfalls. There's going to be a lot of stuff that I want to include into this game. But it's going to be a little bit hard. So, when it comes to the environment, it's going to be like, how do we set this up? How do we get these to piece where it needs to be? So we'll increment on it as much as possible until we get a desirable result. But you're not wrong. I am definitely going to have waterfalls. And maybe once we get that all fixed. So it stops working at 110. Oh, it's working. It worked a little bit. Come on, come to me. I saw it move just a little bit. So something after 110 is just not feasible for the machine. Maybe 115. Sorry, that's 151. I wonder why that is. That's the best it's going to get. That's about as far as we can do it. I like that. I think 115 actually works the best too. I'm happy that works. It's probably because combined it equals 7. Oh. Yeah, that works great. Thank you, Steve. There's a bug somewhere. I was pretty sure lower is better. Lower is slower. You know what it probably is? I have an interp too. So not only am I running your F interp too, I'm also doing an interp ease in, ease out. I could try, just for the sake of testing this out, we can do the const vector equals lerp. And then, that's not that. F math, or is it math? Lerp? I don't think it's lerp. Yeah, it is lerp. Why does it keep saying that? Lerp. Or is it, is met lerp? Lerp. What is going on here? There we go. I was missing the two dots. But yeah, this dot get actor location, and then we get the R player get actor location, and then we could put that alpha into here just so we could test this out. So let's mark that down in our minds. 115. All right, guys. 115. Because I want to test how both of these look. Right now, it's still at 115. So you said lower is slower. Let's try 1. And I'm going to be real with you guys. Let's move these down. This is just to kind of test some foreground objects to see how it'd look together. Yeah, see how they just kind of come to the player? So if we do, and if we do it too high, like if we do, let's go to 50. Because it looks like the higher it goes, the better. Because what I'm doing right now, Steve, is I'm using the distance, right, to not only dictate when we're going to start magnetically pulling this object towards the character, but if you notice here, I'm kind of doing what teachers do when they give you a grade. They take what you have and they divide it by what you could have had to get a percentage between 0 and 100, right? Which is essentially between 0 and 1. And then after that, we obviously get the alpha. We do the F math interpret between, the percentage between and 0. We get the delta seconds and we draw in speed. What could be wrong is how I'm getting the delta seconds. I probably should get it from the tick here. So let's try that. That could be another issue. Yeah, let's try that out because it is in the delta time. It is in the, we'll put delta seconds here, even though that's probably the right way to do it. But I've noticed that in some instances, the way we get delta time could be, you know, weird delta time. So now instead of using this, we could just say delta time. Delta time. And now we're getting delta seconds. Let's try that really quick and see if that is the bug we're encountering or if it's the same, because then we know that we're getting a reference to the delta time correctly. Yeah, and it looks like it works good. Let's try doing smaller to test if that was the case. Let's do 1. Let's knock these guys over. Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? So maybe it's dependent on the distance, but these are quick. Look, all quick. For some weird reason, when we bust these over like this, it's like dependent. Have you noticed some of them look like they're gradually coming towards the player? It looks like it's dependent on when it's like this. These ones come in great, and these ones just like you don't see anything. They just boop boop boop. They just disappear, which is interesting. Regardless, I think this mixed in with the constant. Actually, let's try a higher number on this because we didn't do that yet. Because I do like the feel of this one. Let's try 100. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it works good. But I don't know what it is. I like the way it's hard stuck on the highest ability, but I think this one looks a lot better. And I want your guys' opinion on this. Right? And I'll just go ahead. I wish there was a way without setting up too much code to switch it. But I like that. That feels really smooth. Yep. But I do like that waterfall idea. We're gonna have to figure out how to carve in waterfalls into the game. But yeah. The next thing that I really want to work on is the scale, and then we can call it quits on that. So as it's flying towards this, I want the scale shift small to equal this as well. And I think we can just copy and paste this, right? And I think if we go right here and we say this dot set scale, right here, and did scale shift small, I think that's going to do it for the scaling factor. Where's our warning? It's at the top here. Possibly not using the Kismet blueprint type conversion. Yeah, let's get rid of that. And let's go ahead and do this again. Today is the day I watch the next Lord of the Rings. Oh! But now it really looks like they're just disappearing, even though they're just getting smaller. So maybe we create another one that changes that. Because right now we have this alpha. Let's make another scale alpha. And we'll do this between, I don't know, 0. Maybe 5F. And then plug that into the scale alpha here, or the alpha. Oh, it's root component. Actor scale. Can we get the mesh? Static mesh dot scale. That scale. Let's look at how this works really quick. If I were to take this, right, and I were to scale it. Gosh, too bad there's no way. This is all relative, right? But if I do world, how would that affect it? Regardless, let's just set the scale to the relative scale 3D, because I think we want to do that relative to the parent, not relative to the world. There's some instances where it's huge. I don't know why it would get huge. We're using the alpha here to... Oh, I'm doing the actor location. Duh. Well, actually, what would we do? We would have to make a size. So instead of having this here, we would just draw like this, and we would have to make a F vector desired, or maybe I make this a public variable. That way I can just change it on the fly. But essentially the idea is that scale I'm trying to figure out what would be the best name. Scale. You can make the small size a percentage of the default size, like default scale times 0. That's true. That's smarter. And we can make that a float, can't we? And then we can just create the F vector. I never thought of doing something like that. New scale is going to be equivalent to this. We get the static mesh. Times, scale percentage. Is there any way to set a range on these? Like a hashtag meta something. Let's look on Okay. So you have to set a meta in here, I guess, like this, and do like 0.0 and then 0.5. I guess that does it. What did I do? Ooh. That's right. I have to put, sorry. This dot static mesh dot get relative scale 3D, and then we can do the same with the new scale, and then have the scale alpha with that. And I think that should do it. All we have to do is set the parameter and we should be good. Compile. Resource. And I can set it as a percentage. Nice. Okay, cool. So now we know. You just make them. You meta. There we go. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Oh my god. It's working as intended. Let's do 0.3. I'm just going to play with some sizes here until I get something that I like. Thank you, by the way, Steve, again. Have I ever told you how much I love having you in here because of these things? What do you guys think? A little bit larger? I think 0.3 is really nice, but I want to try a little bit larger just to see. I mean, at the end of the day, as long as we're having it get smaller, that's all that matters. Yeah, so it's not much of a difference. I could probably even do the full extent here, and we would not see much of a difference. By the way, guys, if you like God and you like game development, please make sure to like and subscribe. It helps out a whole lot. And if you're interested in sharing stuff that you do, because you're a game developer too, make sure to go into the description of this video and follow that Discord link and join the Discord. But yeah, we haven't set them at all in here. So it's good to know that even a default value is still relatively nice. I kind of like the 0.5 on these. Yeah. Now, any resource that I have in the future is easily created. Now it's all about setting that up on screen so people can see it. And yeah. Cool. All right, guys. I think since I'm sick and I'm getting a headache, I'm going to end it there. We will be on tomorrow. Hopefully I'm feeling better. I think this might be the last day. But as a quick review for the day, we've set up magnetism for the resource items. So now when we break these, we draw them in. We also set up the scaling factor for that. But yeah, some good progress today with only, a couple hours of work, which isn't a lot. I mean, we've only been on for 2 hours, but yeah. Tomorrow, I'm thinking, because I really want to start adding some VFX into the game, and maybe even some sounds too. So I think we're going to explore a little bit of that, and we're going to keep trying to add little by little here and there. We're going to try to get some modeling in this week. I'm trying to do a lot of a variety of things so we can keep the devlogs a little bit more interesting. But other than that, guys, peace out. God bless. And until next time, Jesus loves you. Bye, everyone. Sorry for the late and short stream. Bye. Fabulous says, "Wish you health." Yeah, I need that. That's interesting. I don't even see that on the thing. Huh. But yeah, other than that, guys, peace out.